So the market is evolving real fast, and you could actually say that all planets are aligning to create a strong electric momentum. The historical barriers linked with electric vehicles around limited driving range, around expensive costs, and around limited charging infrastructure are all being addressed and are improving day by day through a combination of different factors which are in fact enablers to electrification. The first big enabler is regulation. So we're very much on the stick part of the situation here, at many different levels, from regional to national to local. A lot of legislation is being either passed or envisaged to reduce CO2 emissions, but also limit the usage of internal combustion engines in certain areas. That is putting the entire value chain under big pressure to accelerate electrification, starting with car manufacturers. They are actually, car manufacturers, the second big enabler in the way that they had to accelerate their development plans. So they have developed a much broader offering, more models and variants being available across all segments, and produce these models and variants in larger numbers. And of course, the massification of production leads to economies of scale, which is going to lead eventually to a situation where electric vehicles are going to reach the famous tipping point in terms of production cost compared to internal combustion engines somewhere in the second half of the decade. Linked to the industrial side comes also technology improvement. Through, in particular, the technological progress in terms of battery chemistry, we are seeing strong improvements in the areas of driving range for the same amount of kilowatt hour, but also improvements in terms of charging speed, also in a given technology, and that's of course huge benefits for the drivers. Last but not least, the key pain point that was and is still around is around charging infrastructure. That is also moving fast and in the right direction. It is moving fast and in the right direction, both in terms of public infrastructure, so infrastructure available in the street, which is coming in big numbers and will be more easily accessible than it's ever been in the past, and also in the private space around home charging and office charging, which we must remember represents at least 80% of the charging occurrences. So these four enablers create a favorable condition for a massive EV takeoff. All market forecasts available and being released recently point to one single direction, which is an increased pace of electrification in the shape of an S-curve that will lead to at least 50% of electrified vehicles by the end of the decade.